Group stage is all done with coverage presented by U.GG. Definitely didn't flub the beginning of this. I'm joined right now by Reckless. It's been 8 days, and all of that is done. You are now moving on in first seed. And last time I interviewed you, you were really confident. It feels like that confidence was well placed.
Yeah, I would say so. I think the four win was easy to predict. Like G-Rex and 100 Thieves didn't stand a chance today either. So I think that part was very easy to predict, but IG were a tough task. I feel like after playing them in week 1, I really understood why people saw them as a top contender for Worlds, and we tried our absolute hardest to work the very few days we were given on our early game, because I feel like the Chinese teams are just insane at early game. Like they're just so much better than every other region at making early plays, not necessarily level 1, but it can be level 3, level 4. They're diving you and they're just going crazy, and you can't really prepare for that sort of stuff. So we were just trying really hard to figure out what to do if it happens. So we had counter plays ready, because the first time we played them, I got dive level 3, and we were just what the fuck do we do now? So yeah, I think our prep was really good for today, and it paid off as well. We got insane drafts in the first game we played them, and then in the second game, I think we kind of just played better. Their draft was fine, but I think we just played better in the second game. So I got very high hopes for the rest of the tournament, especially with the draw. I feel like, man, this is the World Finals, at the very least, for me.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting to me because before you just said that the predictions were easy for you, but you did say your pick'em after today is a little messed up. Do you want to explain?
So I had 100 Thieves in last, but G-Rex were actually worse, which says something, right? And then for Group C, I got all correct. I didn't have faith in Liquid before the tournament. I got a little bit of faith after scrimming them during the bootcamp, but I guess I was in the right to put EDG in second. And then for Group B, I had Gen G in second, Cloud9 in third, and Vitality in fourth. So that one's completely gone. Yeah. And Group A, I had Africa first, PvB last, G2 third, and Flash Wolf second. So that one I messed up on the G2 Flash Wolves, but yeah, many of them were very surprising. I think especially Group B was the group that I thought was
yeah, that was crazy.
What is actually happening. Gen G were, in my mind, it looked like they were mental boom. I'm not sure exactly, because we scrimmed them and they were not that bad. Yeah. But on stage it looked like as soon as someone died, they just collapsed instantly, especially when it was crowned. So at least for me, it's the first to see Koreans fall apart. They're always so good at playing together as a team, having prep coming into the tournament. So weird to see these Korean teams not be a level above everyone anymore, which is why I said what I said before. World Finals, this is the time to do it. Yeah.
100 Thieves is not the worst team here. That's all I want to throw out there.
Yeah. That's right. No, I think LMS as a region, if I'm not mistaken, went 315.
I think so.
And even Flash Wolves didn't look that great at the end of it, so you would probably have to give that award to LMS, but after LMS, NA comes in as a close second. Actually, Cloud9 were very surprising as well, and we scrimmed them, and honestly, I wouldn't be that surprised if they were to beat Africa in the end. Honestly, I wouldn't be that surprised, because, as I said, the Koreans haven't looked that great, and Cloud9 looked pretty damn good in the last day that they played, and we scrimmed them the day after, and they were still on point. It wasn't a one-day thing. They're actually aware of what they need to do in the game and what they need to draft to execute.
I think you guys would face Cloud9 if you both get out, yes? Because that's how it right? So then it would be you guys, and I'm guessing you think Fnatic will pull that off.
Yeah, I think regardless of whichever team wins on the other side, we're going to make World Finals this year. Yeah. And then if it's KT or RNG waiting for us in the finals, that's something we're just going to have to wait and see. But I would place my money on KT, actually. I think over the tournament, they've really grown on me, and I feel like the way they play is just so much more reliable than the way RNG plays. Even though RNG still has this Chinese aggression that I explained before, I just think KT will be able to handle something like that and just slowly but surely break them apart. So I would put my money on FNC KT finals as of currently, but I don't want to take anything else for granted either. I want to just prep as much as we did for today for EDG, and then for whichever team is in the semis, and then just take one game at a time. But this is the best chance I've had ever, and I don't want to just throw it out the window. I actually want to use this, get to my first World Finals, win or lose. At least I'm in World Finals, but I truly believe we can win. After beating IG today, I think we're clearly a top team at this tournament, and even though RNG or KT in the finals would be a tough matchup, we can do it. If we can beat IG, we can do it.
We still have to get through quarterfinals.
It's a long way.
And then semifinals. But it is crazy to imagine, because I think in the past it's been really hard to imagine like a Western team landing there, right? Like Korea just looks so far ahead. You know, SKT was always here and just always looked like they were just going to sweep through everybody like a scythe. So it's super fascinating to see that. What does the next couple of days look like for you? Because actually what's interesting is it's harder because your scrim partners start dropping like flies, essentially, right?
So scrims are quite hard to find, but we have a couple of Korean teams that we have been scrimming that aren't playing at Worlds. We have especially Damwon Gaming. I'm not sure if people know about them, but they recently qualified to the LCK for next year, and they are pretty damn good. I would say like that's the kind of team you want at Worlds, but maybe for next year. So we have been scrimming them a lot whenever we couldn't find scrim partners. But I think for the next couple of days it's gonna be fine. The only times it could be hard is like on the day that the other teams are playing. But I think with like the 2 quarterfinals per day, we still have like whichever other quarterfinals is on our day. And I still don't know which time we're playing. But if we're playing early, the next couple of days is gonna be used to change our sleeping schedule, because we've been running a really late sleeping schedule so that we could be here and play at 10, 11 p.m. And if we're, for example, then were to play at 1, we need to wake up really early. So that's something that needs to change instantly. And then other than that, I think, you know, just realize what has happened, learn from it, and then try to reset as soon as possible, because as I said before, even though this is the best chance we've ever had, we need to actually use it as well. We can't just like take it for granted or think that it's going to be easy, because EDG is still a very good team, as they showed in the group stages. And I don't think they're better than IG, but kind of gonna probably play in a similar fashion. They're gonna be pretty damn good as well. Their bot lane is really good, so I wanna, you know, come in as prepped as possible, be ready for all their early game shenanigans, and then slowly but surely beat them, go into the Africa game or C9. I would put my money on Africa, but you know, you never know. And then take that as well and be in the World Finals. That's the dream right now, and I can see it in front of me. You know, it's not like before where you would try your absolute hardest to get first seed so that you could dodge the best teams at the tournament. At this point, I was like, even if we get second and we were to play KT, which would have happened in this case, we can still win. Like it's not the end of the world anymore in that sense. So I truly believe like this is the time for us to do it. And I want to be the first one to do it as well.
No team looks unbeatable.
Yeah, I would say KT is the best one, and even KT looks beatable, right? So I want to do it. Like I just want to make it happen so that I can have that like check mark, because that's like the last one anyways. I've worked now for what 6-7 years, which is roughly a third of my life, and I've still like to reach a World Finals. So if I could do it now, get that out of the way, then I could, I guess, put myself as like a really good player within professional League of Legends. Maybe ourselves as a team as well. I actually think our strongest parts are not individuals; it's the team anyways. So it's like easy to play in a way. And I'm obviously a lot more happier about my performance this time around, because in MSI I felt like I was holding my team back, but now I think I'm like getting others going in a way. So I feel like I'm helping more than I'm hurting. I might not have like the sickest of performances every game, but I feel like we're doing it together, and that's important. That's what's gonna get us the whole way anyways.
Very good. Is there anything you want to say to any of the fans out there? Because at the end of this interview, they're just sitting there like, I'm sure Fnatic fans are just salivating, right? Like you're like, yeah, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this. They're probably just like losing their minds.
We are gonna do this.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
we are gonna do this.
There we go.
We're gonna make World Finals. I want to say hi to Reddit again, because I got told that I was on Reddit last time. So hello Reddit. Yes. And thanks to you again for having me. Yeah. This is my second interview at Worlds. It's nice.
Let's keep it going after quarterfinals.
Yeah, let's do one after quarters. We're gonna win, so we can do one after quarters, and at that point we should know who I'm playing as well, so I can start to break that down. But after quarters, I'm down.
Yeah. We'll just keep scheduling them. This is very good. Yeah. Thank you so much for the interview, Reckless. This is you're hyping me up. I'm getting excited about it. And the scary thing is, you might have to face my region's team, and so I don't know why I'm. It's just you're scaring me, but also hyping me up. You can check out the rest of my coverage of all things Worlds right here on my YouTube channel. Hey, listen. I don't know, we've known each other for a long time now. Maybe you're subscribed to my channel, maybe you're not. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I know you've been watching. I know you've been watching these videos, and I think it's time we have a conversation. Because I think we might be ready to take the next step in this whole dynamic. I don't know. I feel like there's a really good chance. I don't know how you feel, but I feel like you haven't been clicking the link below to check out u.gg. And I know that maybe that's me, but I want to explain, okay? They're my sponsor for this event, so if you click the link, it's actually really helpful because you can check them out. And it's not just like, I'm not doing this selfishly. This actually helps you because when you click the link, you can look up a champion. You can see a build guide, you can see the prime build, the good build, the build that you want. You can see how the pros are building it. You can see counters. You can see all sorts of information, and you'll never lose champion select again, which I think would help us. So I don't know how you feel about this, but I hope we can make this work.